What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we have two major stories to talk about. First up is Lionel Messi. Reports are suggesting that Messi might want to go on loan before the 2026 World Cup to stay sharp and compete at the highest level. Naturally, the question arises, could Barcelona be the perfect destination? So what I want to do is break down the possibilities and take a broader look at Messi's current situation. Then we'll shift over to the other piece of news, the Nico Williams saga, what's really going on behind the scenes, why the deal has stalled, and something Nico recently just said that I want to share with you guys as well. Real quick, if you guys have noticed, I haven't posted as frequently the last week or so. It's just because there really hasn't been much news. Everything is really slowed down right now, especially with the Club World Cup. There's not too much going on, but trust me, the content pace will pick back up again soon, and we'll definitely be back to daily videos once there's more news that's consistently dropping. And I'm really curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on today's topics, especially the Messi ones. So as always, drop your comments and thoughts down below. I'll do my best to respond. And if you guys end up enjoying the video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's jump in and talk Lionel Messi. If you guys watched the Club World Cup, you definitely saw what I saw. I watched every Inter Miami match, and to be honest, they're so bad. They're terrible. And it's wild on paper. You'd think they'd have Messi, Suarez, Busquets, and Alba. They would have more to offer, but Suarez literally can't move. If he doesn't have the ball inside the box, he's a non-factor. He has to take painkillers every single morning just to stop the pain in his knees from hurting. And against a really fast, high-intensity team like PSG, he's honestly a non-factor. Same goes for Busquets, and in fact, he was directly responsible for the second goal that Inter Miami conceded. He lost the ball in the middle of the pitch, and PSG capitalized immediately. And to be fair, even the goals PSG scored, they were not impressive. All four were completely preventable. The whole Inter Miami performance, though, was just terrible. And honestly, Mascherano isn't ready for these kinds of matches yet. I don't really know how much experience he has on like the big stage coaching. Not saying the MLS is the big stage, but for a tournament like this, he definitely wasn't ready. But the biggest takeaway is this: Messi's frustrated, and with the World Cup coming up, it makes sense he'd want to spend time elsewhere, more competitive. And the big question is, could that be Barcelona? It's complicated, but here's the thing. Messi on the ball, in my opinion, is still the best in the world. It's not even close. I will say, I don't know if it's because it's Inter Miami, it's more the retirement destination. He's pretty lazy off the ball. He doesn't really hustle. He doesn't work hard unless he really, really has to. And that's the one complaint I have towards Messi. But if we look at this whole situation, would Messi want to return to Barca? And would they have him, right? I think he absolutely would want to return to Barcelona. I truly believe that's the club he loves most. And honestly, he could still play a huge role as a cam, as a false nine. He could even play on the right. He'd still score 20 to 25 goals a season without breaking a sweat. No problem. His ability on the ball, it's unmatched. Messi's still the best in terms of creativity, his on-the-ball presence, his vision, and when they have possession, he's still the best in the world. But the issue isn't his talent anymore, it's his role off the ball, his defensive presence, and it's very minimal. He doesn't press, he doesn't track back, and in a system like Hansi Flick's, which is all about high intensity pressing and speed, that's a really big problem. Then there's the bigger picture. Laporta, Deco, and Flick, they're all focused on building a new project and a long-term team. Bringing back Messi for 6 to 12 months could disrupt the momentum, and if you add Messi into the mix, where does that leave players like Fermin or Ferran Torres, or even Olmo if Messi goes to Barcelona? There's only so many attacking roles available. You've got Messi, Lewandowski, Rafinha, Ferran Torres, Fermin, Olmo, all potentially competing for those positions. Messi's return would be amazing. It would be nostalgic, emotional, exciting, but from a footballing and strategic point, I just don't think it's very likely, and more importantly, I don't actually think the board would want it to happen for those specific reasons. That said, if Messi does go on loan, where would he go? I just don't know where. It's hard to picture him anywhere else besides Barcelona if he wants to play at the high level. I mean, I don't see Atletico Madrid, no chance. The Premier League, not with his off-the-ball limitations. If he plays in Europe, it's Barcelona or nowhere, really. So personally, I'd love to see him back at Barcelona. If he had never left in the first place, I think he'd still be there today, but unfortunately his exit changed everything. And while I understand he chose Inter Miami, he's won it all and he deserves to enjoy his career now. You can clearly see his frustrations in his face when he's playing there, and he wants to play at the highest level in the World Cup, and quite frankly, I get where he's coming from. So what do you guys think about this whole situation? Should Barcelona consider bringing Messi back if this is really what he wants? And if not, Where do you guys think Messi could go on loan before the World Cup? Let me know what you guys think about that down below in the comments. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is Nico Williams. It looks like the deal has stalled, and the really frustrating part is, and this is the part that's really frustrating, it's always something, we got our hopes up, we almost got the here we go like 2 weeks ago from Fabrizio Romano. So it basically boils down to this: Barca can sign Nico. The problem is, doesn't look like they can register him right now. And I know they have some stuff in the works. I think Fati's loan move to Monaco is official. I know they're trying to push out Christensen, although he wants to stay, but it looks like they're not going to renew his contract, and they're trying to push him out this summer. So maybe with him leaving, that could change things. But nonetheless, Nico has stated that he has some doubts about joining the club if he's not able to be registered. And quite frankly, I don't disagree with him, and I actually sympathize with him, because why would you want to join a club if you're not guaranteed they're going to be able to play? We don't want to bring him in and deal with the shit we had to deal with last season with Dani Olmo, because it just messes up the player, their mentality, the club, the chemistry, everything you're building. And if you're not a guaranteed, and I don't even think it's him being like arrogant where, hey, if I can't be here and start every single match, I don't want to play. I just think he's genuinely like, hey, I want to come to Barcelona, I want to play. Like, I don't want to have to worry about sitting out for 3 months because you guys can't register me. And honestly, that's completely valid. So I sympathize with Nico, and it's just frustrating that a club of this size has to deal with this. I ultimately think Barca will figure it out. They're going to. And whether that means, getting rid of Christensen or somebody else, I think they're going to be able to do it. It's just frustrating that this is even a concept. I don't know why this is never a thing for another club. I mean, Man City is able to bring in anyone they want at all times. Same with Chelsea. Chelsea can sign 10 players a season. Man City just signed Reinders, and they signed Marmoush last winter, and then they just signed Shirky, they signed At-Nouri, they signed Neves. Like, they signed all these players. They don't ever have to worry about this stuff. Chelsea doesn't. Madrid doesn't. It's just extremely frustrating. So I really hope Barcelona figures it out, because this is the signing that needs to happen. Everything else is there really hasn't been any other news about any other transfer rumors besides Marcus Rashford still trying to push for a loan here. Quite frankly, if Nico comes, I don't really think... Yeah, squad depth is nice. I just don't think that's the best move. There's going to be too many players now. I just don't see him playing, unfortunately. So let me know what you guys think about the Nico saga down below. Do you think this does anything in terms of stalling the deal? Do you think Bayern's going to push harder now that Barca is kind of dealing with the registration problems? Let me know what you guys think about both these topics down below. Would love to hear from you guys. If you guys made it this far, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. And if you guys liked the video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys back here next time. Peace.